Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today we're going to be doing my February TBR. So I've gone for a very Danny from Haunting a Blind Manor look today. I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like my hair was just a bit crazy, so I was like, why not embrace it? But yeah, my fringe, I don't know what's happened to my fringe, but my normal hairstyle will be back with my scrunchie in the next video. But yeah, anyway, so today's TBR, it's going to be quite ambitious because I am ambitious. As my A-level maths teacher would say, it's better to aim for the stars and not reach them than aim too low and achieve it. So yes. Yeah, because I'm currently on my paediatrics placement in my 4th year of medicine, which is quite an intense placement and has a list of learning objectives about the size of Britain. So yeah, it definitely requires like at least 9 to 5 studying and being on the wards every day. So but I'll still have time to read because like I have no social life, so like reading is my like relaxing activity. So yeah, I'm hoping to get to some of these, if not all of them, but hopefully a lot of them. We'll see. I'm not very good at sticking to my TBRs. But anyway, the first few books are like book club or read along books. So firstly, I'm doing a Ruin of Kings read along, which hasn't been announced yet, but I'm gonna try by the time this video goes up. So I'm filming this on Saturday morning and the video is going up on Sunday evening. So by Sunday evening, hopefully there'll be some announcements on Twitter and stuff. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a Ruin of Kings read along for the Chorus of Dragons series. So this is going to be the February book, well, the Ruin of Kings, and then in March we're going to read The Name of All Things, and then April, The Memory of Souls, and then probably May and June we'll read A House of Always, which is like the new book in the series, which is coming out at the start of May, I think. So yeah, I'm very excited for this, and I'm sure if you watch my channel you know I love the Ruin of Kings and the series, so hopefully more people will love it. It's very like chaotic and I feel like it can be quite convoluted and hard to follow, so I feel like if you know that going in, but I feel like it just worked for like my brain and how my brain like processes information. I don't know, I really liked it. So yeah, so basically following Kieran, and we have 2 timelines. So in one of them, when he's young, he gets taken in by these demons, this like rich family, and he discovers that he's like a lost kind of scion of their line, so he's kind of thrust into almost this like royal household. And then in the other storyline we follow Kieran, and he's kind of been sold as like a slave to this assassin brotherhood called the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and we're kind of following his adventures there. So yeah, it's very like convoluted and there's a lot of family politics and there's like soul swapping, people can change like bodies and stuff. It's very complicated. But no, I really love it. It's just my like brand of chaotic fantasy. So yeah, so if you want to join us, then definitely keep an eye out for some more details, and the live shows will be on my channel. And also co-hosting with me will be the lovely Nicole from Nicole and Her Books, Shanice from Shanice Noella channel, I think that's just her channel name, but she's lovely as well. And Rue from Rue's Reading Corner, who's also lovely. Everyone's lovely. And Sophia from Fantasy Book Addict, who's also lovely. And then possibly Tammy, because she's like maybe going to be an honorary guest host, so we'll see about that one. So that's that one. And then we also have Elazo, or Elazo, which is our February pick for Chaos Rising Book Club, which is a book club that I host with Tammy, Rue and Sophia, who already mentioned. But yeah, so I'm really excited to read this one, and the live show for this one's going to be on my channel, so that's exciting. So look out for that towards the end of February, probably like the last weekend in February. Yeah, I've heard really good things about this one. I don't know much about it. I think it deals with grief, and I know it's kind of indigenous owned voices, so that's exciting. But yeah, I don't really know anything about the plot, but the cover's very pretty, so yeah. And then also to spread my agenda even more, I started a new book club called the Sorcery and Stardust book club, which is a book club focusing on reading adult SFF that is queer in some way. So yeah, I'm going to be hosting it monthly and have a different guest host every month. So for our February pick we have Gideon the Ninth, because I need more people to read it. So yeah, and I'm hosting, my guest host for the month is Nicole from Nicole and Her Books, who is amazing also, and she's never read it before, so that's gonna be exciting. This will be my like 3rd reread, so yeah, and I just love this series, and the audiobooks are iconic, so I'm really looking forward to reading the audiobook for this again. I'll probably read it on audio rather than physically, because I just love Maura Quick's narration. But yeah, I'm really glad I have the physical copies so I can just hug them and look at them. But yeah, and display them proudly on my shelves. So yeah, that's Gideon the Ninth, which we will be reading. So please come and join us because we would love to have you. And the live show for this will also be on my channel. If you've somehow watched some of my videos and don't know the plot of Gideon, it's basically Gideon's been brought up in this ninth house and she's constantly trying to escape. But her escape attempts are constantly being thwarted by Harrow Hark, who's the reverend daughter of the ninth house. But one day Harrow recruits Gideon to kind of join her on this mission to try to become a lictor, who's kind of almost like a god. And Gideon is basically becoming Harrow's cavalier, which is like a bodyguard. So Gideon and Harrow go to this house where they have to enter into this competition with all the other houses to become a lictor or discover the secrets to lictorhood. And once they're there, like, things start unfolding and there becomes a bit of a murder mystery. The banter between Gideon and Harrow is iconic. Like, there's so many good jokes in the series, and yeah, so I'm really excited to read this one and discuss it at the end of the month as well. Just more Gideon gushing. So yeah. Next, you're all going to be very proud of me for this one because I am finally going to finish Eye of the World, and this is a must for February because, well, so I'm 100 pages in, so I'm at this first little pink tab. Yeah, so I made it to page 95. Well, yeah, nearly 100 pages, but we're calling it 100. And yeah, so I'm planning to read the rest of this in February. So far I've been reading like 50 pages every 2 days. So I feel like if I keep up that pace, I can finish it by the end of February. Yeah, it's a bit of a running joke on my channel that I never read the Eye of the World, but I will finally do it, and you will finally see my Eye of the World reading vlog. And yes, I think I'm going to premiere that video and then we can like chat while you all watch me read it, because that would be really fun, and I've never done a premiere before. But basically so far it's this like little village called Two Rivers, and we're following a farm boy Rand, and I think I haven't quite, well, I feel like I'm just starting to kick off, but I think something happens to the village and they all have to kind of run away, or like not run away but travel away. But yeah, and there's some interesting characters, but I think it's a very like epic series. So far my favourite is Nynaeve. I really like her. She's just so grumpy and she's like hitting everyone with a stick. So yeah, that's this one, and I will read it this month. I feel like I have to devise a punishment for myself if I don't read it in February. So if you have any ideas, leave them in the comments. Maybe that was a bad idea, but okay. And then next we have an audiobook that I want to listen to, and that is Ship of Destiny by Robin Hobb, which is the third book in the Live Ship Traders series. So I've been reading these slowly because the audiobook's like 30 hours long. But I really want to get to the final one because I really enjoyed the Live Ship Trader series. It's really like a masterpiece of character work. Like, there's so many characters that you think you like at first and then you kind of grow to hate them, or there's characters that you think you hate at first and then you really grow to like them. And like Malta, one of the characters, her arc, especially in the second one, the Mad Ship, was amazing, and I feel like it's only going to continue in Ship of Destiny. And yeah, so we're basically following this kind of trading village, not village, town, and we're following one main family called the Vestrids, and they're like a merchant family. And basically it's just like all the drama between the Vestrids and their live ships. So the live ships are like sentient ships basically, and the Vestrids have the Vivacia, so she's kind of a character as well. And then there's some other live ships like the Paragon, who is the Mad Ship, which is in because he like killed all his passengers. And then there's also Ophelia, who I can't quite remember how she's relevant, but I love her, she's iconic. Yeah, so they're like the ships, and then obviously there's all the Vestrids, so we get a lot of family drama. And then there's also Kenneth, who's like this pirate, and in the first book he's trying to basically become pirate king and recruiting all the other pirates to his cause. So yeah, so it's interesting, and I'm interested to see like where the finale goes and what sort of secrets are uncovered. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, then next we have Queen of Coin and Whispers, which I really want to get to because this just sounds like such up my alley. It's like court politics, I think, and it's sapphic, and that's all I really know about it, but I really want to read it. And I feel like, well, there's like FF Feb, so maybe, and like Pharaoh Feb, like fantasy romance Feb, so I feel like this potentially counts as fantasy romance. I don't know actually how romance heavy it is, because sometimes I feel like fantasy books, they have romance in them, but I wouldn't call them fantasy romance. I feel like that's kind of a separate thing. I don't know. But I am excited to read this, and it sounds good. I think it's like a queen probably who's like thrust into queenship, and she's trying to like navigate the politics, and it just sounds really good. So I'm really excited to read this one, and I feel like this one's going to be like a slightly not lighter read, but like it's not a massive 1,000 page, well 750 page tome like I Am the World. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Next we have Nothing Gloss, which is a sci-fi, and I've been really in the mood for sci-fi, so I feel like I want to have some sci-fi on my TBR. And this one, I thought this one was super wholesome and like a Becky Chambers book. Apparently it's not. I think we read a description which was like, if you put a Becky Chambers book in a cage and like repeatedly poked it, that's what this one would be. Which but yeah, so I'm excited to read it anyway. It sounds like there's this character called Caden who's like, his whole family get killed, and then he's sort of out almost for revenge, but he like joins the crew of this ship, and there's various different aliens, and like they're navigating the whole galaxy and like discovering new things. So in that way it does sound a bit similar to Becky Chambers, but I feel like it's going to be a lot darker, which I don't know, I like dark books sometimes. I also like my wholesome books, but I do like dark books. Like I like Sword of Kagen. Yeah, so it sounds really interesting, and I don't know a lot about the plot, but we'll see once I've read it. And it's not too long either, it's like just under 400 pages, so I feel like that's manageable. I don't know. And I think books under 400 pages I feel like are quicker reads for me. I don't know, just because they have like less pages, so you get through them quicker. I don't know if that's counterintuitive, but I feel like reading 400 pages of a 400 page book takes me a lot less than reading 400 pages of an 800 page book. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, let me know if you do, but yeah. And then we have some arcs that I want to get to. So I keep trying to get my NetGalley percentage to 100, but every time I get near I get approved for more arcs, which to be fair is my own fault because I keep requesting more arcs. But I'm trying to get there. I don't know how many I have at the moment. I have quite a few, but we're getting through them. So I'm currently reading Sorryland by River Solomon, and I'm about halfway through that, which is interesting. It's very weird, but I feel like it's very like compelling at the same time. So that's one I'm halfway through, but hopefully I'll have that finished like either today or tomorrow. Oh, my hair is crazy. I don't know if I like this hairstyle. I feel like it's a bit like 1950s housewife. And then we also have The Conductors by Nicole Glover, and I don't know why I requested this one. I just saw these, like I think the author had these like character cards on Twitter and like character descriptions, and I just thought they sounded so good. And I think it's kind of a murder mystery. It's like, I think there's might be a trade involved as well. Well, I guess with the title like The Conductors there probably is, and like ghosts. So yeah, I don't really know what the plot is, but like all those buzzwords just sounded really good. Like I said last month, I've been super in the mood for like creepy gothic things, and I feel like this one's really gonna hit the spot. And then we also, so this is kind of a stretch goal, have Legacy of Ash and Legacy of Steel by, who's it by? I feel like it'll come to me. But anyway, so I got the arc of Legacy of Steel, and I have Legacy of Ash on my Kindle still to read. So if I can get to Legacy of Ash, like at least make a start, then that'll be a good goal. Because I think Legacy of Steel doesn't come out till March, so I still have a bit of time to get to that arc. But I am excited to get into the series. I have no clue what it's about, but it's like another epic fantasy, so I'm excited. And I know Monet from Life of Monet really loves Legacy of Ash, so I'm excited. And we also have The Twofaced Queen, which is the sequel to Kingdom of Liars by Nick Martell. And to be honest, I'm probably going to read this one without reading Kingdom of Liars first, which is really bad, but sometimes I like reading sequels first. So yeah, and I did start reading this one. I think I'm about 5% in, and it seems quite fun so far. There's like this Michael Kingman or something, and I think he's been like framed maybe in the last book for killing the king. So now in this book he's trying to like sort things out, and it sounds really good. And then there's this other character who's like the queen, and she seems very they've been like childhood friends, but then she's kind of now hating him because she thinks he killed his father. I don't really know what's going on, and it feels like there's kind of lies are sort of used as like plot devices, I guess. Like you never know when characters kind of telling the truth. What's it? Oh, unreliable narrator, that's the term. So yeah, And then we also have non-fiction, so that is All Boys Aren't Blue. I think this is already out in the US, but I don't think it comes out in the UK till like June maybe. I really wanted to read this because it's a memoir, I think, and it sounds really interesting and really educational and informative, and I think it's going to be quite emotional. So I feel like this is quite a good place for me to start with non-fiction because I don't read a lot of non-fiction. But yeah, so I'm excited for that one. And then finally we have another arc, and that is a faux love story, which sounds so cute. It's like these two characters, I think, and they both work in their like parents' faux restaurants, and then they have this kind of competition with each other, but then it becomes like a romance, and it just sounds really cute. So I'm really excited to get to it. I don't really know a lot about the plot either, but yeah, we're just excited. So yeah, so that is everything on my February TBR. Let me know in the comments what is on your February TBR or book you would really like to get to. Preferably Gideon the Ninth or Elazo. And then you can join our live shows on the Real Kings. Don't forget that one. Yeah, got to push the agenda. But yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I'm getting really close to 2k, which is so exciting. I just love you all so much, and thank you. And I recently got my videos monetized. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it or not, but I think YouTube can put ads on your video anyway, so I thought I might as well do it. And then if I change my mind, I think I can change the ad preferences. And I've like turned off mid-roll ones and like the little pop-up ones, so it's just at the beginning and end of videos. But yeah, so we'll see. But thank you again all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time.